everybody. So we've got some test corrections to make, and I'm not as available as much as I would like to. So this is what I've got. We'll just go through and do a video. So let's start at the very first question. If you're like, you know what, Beav, I don't need help with the first question, great, then you choose to fast forward it. Question number 1. A lot of people came up with 1 over 1 because they saw right there, they were like, hey, it looks like it goes up 1 over 1. But then if you looked a little bit more closely, you saw that there's a point right here, and I had given you a point right here. If that is the case, it is not up 1 over 1. So it goes up that and over that. So would you go back, recount, and I'm not going to tell you the answers, but you can count and figure out that it is not 1 over 1, but it's something else going from this point to that point. Check that out. All right, now this one. Number 2, what is the slope of the line that goes through these points? All right, you know that you've got change in y over change in x. So I'm going to choose, right here is the mistake that a lot of you made. Go from the 3 to the -4. Totally cool. If I do that, I get -3 minus -4. Just so you know, 3 minus -4 is not -7. If you're thinking, why not? Because keep, change, change. This now becomes a 3-yard loss, a 4-yard gain. What happens? And then I'm going to do the x's on the bottom. 2 minus 5. Be really careful with what you get up here. I want you to do the math on your own. Just know that it's not -7. And then down here, 2 minus 5. Be careful with your signs there. And we'll go from there. Number 3. Circle all of the items that show direct variation. Now this one, if you circled it and got it wrong, then it should not have been circled for direct variation. And if you didn't circle it and it was marked wrong, you should have. This one is, and if you got that wrong, you have to go through and explain why. Well, because your formula is y equals kx, and look at that fits exactly in. You cannot add or subtract anything onto the end, which is why this one doesn't work. It's the -7's fault. This one, people say, well, yeah, but you're adding. But you have this 0 here. So what I want you to do, if you did not mark this one should be direct variation. If you did not mark it, I want you to draw a line down. So -3x plus 2y equals 0. Draw your line down and get y all by itself. So you'd add 3x, add 3x. When I do that, I drop this down. 2y equals 3x. I've got to get the y by itself, so divide by 2, divide by 2. Now it does have a fraction, but y equals something times x fits into this form right here. So yes, that is direct variation. This one, to figure it out, you just divide each time. 8 divided by 4 is 2. 15 divided by 7 is 2. 20 divided by 10 is 2, which means 4 times 2 is 8. So this is y equals 2x. So yes, because 7 times 2 is 14. 10 times 2 is 20. This one, when I divide it out, I get -1/2 here, I get -2 here, and I get positive 11 over 8. Well, that's not the same each time, so nope. This one, what does it go through? Yes. This one, what does that go through? Awesome. It does not go through 0, so you've got to make sure you know that. So this one is not. This one is. Bethany is a year older than John. True, but is a year older means you add 1 to everything? Can you have adding or subtracting in here? You cannot. So it's not this one. This one, Jacob makes $16.25 an hour. That would be something like this. Jacob equals $16.25 an hour. There you go. You can do that because it looks like this. All right, so there we go on number 1, or 1, 2, and 3. If you need more help, I've got to go to piano lessons now. So I'll make more but I have to stop for now. See you soon.